Hey guys, this is GamerNinjaX, and today, well, I am a little bit late. I want to talk about this year's E3. So, who first? Well, obvious one, Nintendo, which is the only one that I actually watched live, which is pretty unfortunate because there were way better E3s than the Nintendo one. Um, while I will say the Nintendo one was pretty good in some areas, it just lacked the punch that E3 was supposed to have. Like the games they announced are games that we should be excited about, but they just ended up being like kind of disappointing. Like the Federation Force one, of course, just look at this. I'm a huge Metroid fan. Is Orpheon um, it was just kind of disappointing just to see like, oh, 5 years after a new 5 years I've been waiting, and we get Federation Force. So, well, I've already made a video on that, so I don't need to talk about that much. There was some good things about the Nintendo conference. Um, I love the Muppets whole thing where like it had all the Nintendo team, Reggie, um, and Miyamoto, and yeah, just all of those guys, and they were having a lot of fun with like them turning into Star Fox characters, and that was fun. But and of course, speaking of Star Fox, I think that was a big bombshell announcement for Nintendo. I know a lot of people are a little bit skeptical about it, but I'm super excited for it. It's being made by Platinum Games, which is awesome, and it's it also looks great. I'm a little bit disappointed that it's another reboot of the first game, but it looks fun, and I am going to be getting that. They showed off Mario Maker. It looks awesome. I'm gonna get that. They showed the new Skylanders game with the Donkey Kong amiibo, which I'm gonna get. Um, but yeah, other than that, like it was pretty eh. You know, they could have had better. So yeah, so on to Microsoft's conference. I don't know what they did. Moving on. No, I heard that there was like a rareware collection they're doing, which is pretty cool. I guess. At least that's what I heard. If I'm wrong, you can correct me on that. But that's pretty cool because I like rareware. Even though they've kind of nowadays. So yeah. Um, so what else? The Bethesda conference. I didn't watch the Bethesda conference, but I'll get back to that later. Um, I heard many great things about the Sony one, and holy crap, the games they announced at Sony, dude, are like fantasies. Like if a if I was gonna hear that a couple years ago that they were gonna announce a Shenmue 3, I would have just freaking like exploded or something. And then they're doing that whole Final Fantasy VII remake, which I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan. I've never played any of the games, but I can see why people are really excited about that. That that's a huge thing. It's like if um I don't know. It's whatever. Um and The Last Guardian. It's like, well, that's here, and that's great. Um, I'm really glad that they're still making it. Um, I really dig those games, Shadow of the Colossus and Ico. I really think they're awesome. Like they present their stories really well through gameplay, and I'm all over that. If you've read any of my Screw Attack stuff, but yeah, I can't wait for that. I don't have a PS4, so I don't know if I can get it or not. Um, so I think what's funny is that while I didn't watch the Bethesda conference, I know what big bombshell games they had. Um, they announced Fallout 4. Well, that was announced before then, but still, they showed off gameplay of Fallout 4, and that looks nice. I know a couple of Fallout fans. My friend Hugo and my brother Steven love Fallout. Hugo's favorite game is Fallout 3 or New Vegas, I don't know. Um, and both of them just love those games, and they're really excited about it. I've personally never gotten into the Bethesda games that much. Like Morrowind, Elder Scrolls, and the Fallout games. I never really gotten into those that much, but I know it has a huge fan base, so. And plus, I've always kind of wanted to get into Fallout because it seems just the style of it, appeals to me a lot. And I did try, but, it's very open-ended, and I always just, you know. Maybe I'll try this one if I ever get a next-gen console other than the Wii U. So, yeah. But I think, surprisingly, the game I'm most excited about is, Doom. The new Doom game. The new Doom game. It's funny because whenever I think about it, it surprises me how much I am into first person shooters. And it's usually a genre that has a huge stigmatism to it, it's Call of Duty and stuff like that. But no, everything on my laptop that I play on it is shooters. I love shooters between the 90s to the earlier 2000s. I love Doom. I kind of like Doom 3. I haven't beaten it. I love Quake. Of course, I love the Half-Life games. Oh my god, I'm a huge fan of that series. I really like Duke Nukem 3D. I love a lot of those old games because they're not only really quirky and have a hang on, I'm trying to think of the word. They're just kind of charming with their graphics and stuff like that. But also, shooters back then really had a lot of effort put into them. They're really atmospheric. The level designs are always great from ID games. They made and they were kind of horror back then, and it's just still fun to play. I still pop in Quake on my N64. I know I need to get the PC version, but and just have a blast playing it, and it's just a fun game. And this new Doom game, I'm really excited for it because Doom 3 was a little more survival horror-ish, and it was a creepy game, and I dig it, but I feel like this new game, as far as I've seen from the gameplay, is going back to that old ID games style. First off, it's really fast paced, and it's just frantic bullet hell FPS, good old Doom, and it also looks gorgeous. It looks very atmospheric. And of course, it has the classic Doom opening door sounds "whew" or something like that. And it has all the classic weapons, and they all seem like they're satisfying. And yeah, I'm really excited for that game. The only things that are kind of bugging me about the game is that they had the focus on the finisher attacks or whatever, which alright, I guess. And there are health drops from enemies, which I much prefer if health drops come from crates or just you have to scavenge for them. But yeah, I think surprisingly Doom was the one I'm most excited about. I mean, yeah, Shenmue 3 and stuff I'm excited for, but I've never played Shenmue, so so I'm not as excited as some fans I know are. And of course, as I've said, I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan. So games I'm getting from the C3, I am gonna get Federation Force because you know, it's kind of a given that I get a Metroid game. Um, I'm definitely getting Mario Maker. I'm definitely getting Woolly World, Star Fox. I want to get Doom for the PC, but I don't have a good computer, so I won't be able to play it for a while. Uh, and yeah, so overall this E3 was pretty good. Nintendo's was kind of disappointing, especially since I had high hopes for it. But yeah, it was an awesome E3. One of the more memorable ones I've ever experienced. And even though I do wish that I watched the other E3 stuff live, um, like the PlayStation one, which was just amazing, and well, I don't care about the Microsoft one personally, but and the Bethesda one, and yeah. Oh, and just one more thing, Near 2. It's like, what? Near? It's made by Platinum Games. What? It's just like, whoa, that's like a huge like black sheep game. You know, like that it has like a niche kind of following. I'm glad they're making a sequel out of that. Anyway, that's all of my thoughts, and well, I will see you guys later. Um, tomorrow I want to talk about like what's going on with Marvel and comic books lately. So yeah, just